Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show. Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm telling you, more fun goes on behind the scenes than actually on set sometimes. But anyway, we have a fabulous show. I have Aneesah Perkins with me. And, I don't pre-interview any of my guests. I just find out what they do and how they do it. You are an author and you also are a speaker.
Yes.
How wonderful. How's it going?
Amazing. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, absolutely. It was a beautiful woman.
Thank
Where
you.
are you originally from?
I'm in Oklahoma.
From Oklahoma. Oh, wow. So what are you doing in Vegas? There's nothing happening here.
Well, you know what they say. It's always something happening in Vegas.
Yes. She's right. You know why? Because more is happening here than anywhere else. That's for sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
They've got all the casinos are open.
Yes.
Not many shows are in there. But
Super Bowl was just here.
Who?
Super Bowl was just here.
Super Bowl was here. Well, yes, they had. We had crowds in for the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that amazing?
It was.
Very
nice.
You felt you were back in business again, didn't you?
Yes.
Things were
The
happening.
thought was nice.
Yeah, it was like the energy is coming back again. Though I'm thinking, I don't know, but I'm not hearing as much about the COVID-19. It seems to be calming down a little bit, and let's keep our fingers crossed that it disappears. Though they do say it might come back every year, but all flus come back every year. I know they're not calling this a flu, but it's kind of another one in there. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so now you are an author. What sort of books do you write?
Well, I wrote a love story.
Oh.
It's called Love Bank.
Love Bank?
Mm-hmm.
I like the name.
Thank you.
What's the bank about? I know what the love is about. What's the bank about?
Money. Power.
Money and power.
Yes.
Do you think women fall in love more with money and power than they do with actually falling in love?
Well, love can definitely be all forms of love. It could be money.
Can be influenced by money.
Yes, influence. So I definitely believe that money does play a big part.
Do you think money plays a big part as of not even having a whole lot of money, but just having money to, get by on, and
definitely.
Two people can, because isn't that more of the world that,
yes.
There's a lot of millionaires out there and billionaires and everybody out there.
And they still can't find love.
You can't find love.
No, what I'm saying is, even though you're a billionaire, you may not be able to
Well,
find love.
that's true.
Yeah.
But it's funny about some billionaires, and sometimes people get confused with this. Even though they're billionaires, they still think they've failed.
Yeah.
And not many people know this. They still think, I've got to make more money. I've got to do more stuff.
Yeah.
I've got to do
or
this.
I have to have love.
Yes, I've got to have love, and I can't find it.
Yes.
Because they give this persona out there.
Yeah.
And it's like can't touch that one. Mm-hmm. And they don't even know they're doing that.
Right. They've been doing this for so long.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what did you find out about yourself writing this book? Or was it about you?
Yeah, it was. It was about me, of course. I wrote it in different genres, such as a play, a movie to come, and a TV series to come.
Okay.
And I found out that I'm a very strong woman. I've overcame a lot of things in my life.
Such as?
Such as not wanting to be miserable.
Not wanting to be miserable.
Yeah.
How cool that is.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah,
So what did you do to change that, not to be miserable? You wrote the book. No. What did you
Yeah. Well, you have to get the book, Love Bank. Well, you have to, first and foremost, you got to be true to who you are.
Okay.
And
I agree with that.
Yeah, you got to be true to who you are, which will allow you to overcome any obstacle that you're going to be dealing with.
And how do they? I've got a process of how I tell people to do that. But how do you feel people should do that to find out who they are? How do they find out?
Through a lot of the time experiences.
Okay.
Or any type of circumstances they've had in their life.
Okay.
Whether it be friends, jobs, you name it, they really find out who they really are, the core of their back when they go through life experiences.
It's like going to a job and you love the job, but you know there's something missing.
Yeah, you might not get paid that much.
But you're afraid to move because you might not get another job
that pays that much.
Pays that much. So you've got to be careful how you do that. But sometimes it's better to take less pay and be in a job you like.
And be happy.
That's the part.
That's the happiness.
So the main thing about life is being happy on every single thing you do.
Yes.
When you get up in the morning.
And that's what brings you money.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Because if you're an angry person or you're not doing things the right way, you're not going to have any friends. Nobody wants to talk to you. But if you're nice and you're helpful and you like, so the contact. But you don't have to be friendly with everybody, but you can be nice.
Yes.
You don't have to even meet them again.
No.
Because as long as you're nice at that particular time that you meet them.
Because then eventually those people turn into money.
You never know where you're going to cross their path
That's
again.
right.
You never know.
No.
You never know. It's like I explain to people that in your house, your bedroom should be the most tranquil place.
Yes.
Is it?
Peace, yes.
The peace. Okay. So I normally say, why don't you go to bed? Just sit on your bed any time of the day, night, whatever you want. Just sit on your bed and don't say anything. Don't just relax. Just think of calm and think of how beautiful this is, and collect yourself and see what you want. Is that a good thing to do?
Yes.
Okay.
And by all means, sitting there or a park or a lake, water.
Yeah, that's even, if you're outside. But if you're in your home, that you can do that. And that's like, even if you've got all your kids and husbands and everything around, or husband, everything around.
Right.
More than one. That would be a different thing, wouldn't it?
I know, right?
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
I know. They do
Hey,
it.
wouldn't that be cool? Men do it.
Yeah.
Men have more than one.
Right. But can we have more than one husband?
There you go.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah. I wish we could do it. No.
I don't know. I can't even. I was married 29 years, and I could only cope with one.
Right.
Man, so
You don't want to cope with two. You really don't.
No, not at all.
Men think they want two women, but in reality they only need one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Men really should need one.
They only need one.
Yeah.
So when they have more, what does that? Is it just a sexual thing?
Yes.
That's
I think it's a lust thing. I think it's
a lust thing.
Yeah.
A lust thing. So you write this book. What is the most important thing in finding love or being in love? What is the most important thing that you think?
Well, I think the most important thing is not only being genuine in who you are and being genuine with the love that you know how to give, but being able to know there's different types of levels of love.
So you have to understand, there's different loves for different things.
Yes, for different things. So you have love for materialistic things,
yes.
A love for men, or a love for your children.
Yes,
a love,
but each one is different.
Everything is different, and so you have to, each level, you have to expand, you have to grow in each level of love.
Yes.
And that's most important, because you can say, oh, I love you today, but I don't love you tomorrow. Well, it's not love.
No,
you have
no,
to
that's
really,
definitely not love.
Yeah, that's not love, and so you.
Yeah, but when you say to somebody, "I love you," that doesn't mean to say you're in love with them, though.
Right. So
now,
there's
people
different levels.
Misunderstand this totally. And when I say I love you, well, it could be the cat I love.
Yeah.
It could be
agape love, a friendly love.
It could be a cup of coffee. I love this cup of coffee.
Right.
So when you use that word, but when you say I'm in love with you, that's a totally different thing.
A totally different.
I can't seem to get that across with people. When I say I love you, and I'm saying it in a tone where it's like it's not a brush off, but it's acknowledging I love you.
Yeah, it's agape love.
Yes.
You love everybody. I love everybody.
Yes. Yeah. I happen to love everybody.
Too. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. And I just met her.
Yeah.
But we're not in love.
Yeah.
So people misunderstand that, I think. You're right. When I say to a girlfriend, love you, they look at me like, huh? What's she on about? And I'm thinking, no, hang on a second.
Yeah.
So we've got to understand words, in other words.
And our actions that lead into those words.
Into the words.
Our actions speak louder than words.
What did you learn for yourself in this book?
I learned, again, the different levels of love. Really being a covenant love, which is a godly love, that you have to love even when it hurts.
Explain that.
When you love someone, even when it hurts, whether you like them or not, love is love. Love doesn't make you change who you are when you love someone.
No.
Love is love.
Yeah. It's a separate entity in the entire world. And you can love music, as we were talking about. You can love everything.
Love is love. Yeah.
Do you think, we've got a lot of aggression in the world?
Yes.
Everybody seems to be very upset with everybody else, and especially America. And I think the reason, especially America, because we've got so many different nationalities in America, of America being a freedom place, of anybody can sort of more or less come to America and start a life.
Yeah.
So you have all these different pockets of different religions and different colors and different ways of thinking, confusing to people.
Yeah.
How do we try to get on?
Well, again,
accept somebody else is where they live, how they live. Yes.
Well, yeah. Again, that's love. accepting people where they're at.
Yes.
Instead of making them be bigger or smaller or in between.
We're all the same.
We're all the same. Just love people where they're at. That's the best we can do.
It's not the house, the bigger house you have.
Yeah.
It's not the amount of money you have.
Yeah, whether you drive a Pinto or you drive a Mercedes.
Or you have a bicycle.
Yeah.
I've always said that really does not come into the arena.
Right.
I mean, love is just a beautiful thing that we were gifted with. Mm-hmm. And we're supposed to use it too. You guys out there, supposed to love people a little bit more and understand them a little bit more. Mm-hmm. What is the best way for a woman to sort of, she's out there, she wants to try to find a guy and she wants to do all that. Are you married?
I used to be. Thank you for asking. For 8.5 years. And I really do believe that women are not supposed to look for men. The men are supposed to look for the woman.
Yeah, but the woman, the man is not.
But she has to make herself available.
Yeah, she's going to be available. But the woman, if the man proposes to her and she says no, it's no. If a woman doesn't want to get married, it's no. If a woman doesn't want to go out with a man, it's no. If a woman doesn't want a child, it's no.
Right, but it's also the other way around. If a woman wants to get married, but he doesn't, it doesn't happen.
Same thing. No, it doesn't happen. Right. So it's something that you have to find that's very compatible together.
A common ground, yes.
A common ground.
Mm-hmm.
Then you said you were married, so obviously you had a common ground for a little while.
Yes, I had a common ground for 8.5 years. And I just decided, you know what, it's better that we're friends. And
so you're still friends?
Yeah.
Do you have children?
We have children.
Oh, that's a good idea. Then stay friends. I've always said if you've got and I know it's very, very hard. In fact, I was just listening to another story. Actually, it was a little bit close to my heart that the new wife doesn't get on with the child, and it's sort of
it's a battle.
It's a battle, and then the poor husband is kind of in the middle because he wants to help his wife, who he loves dearly, and then he loves his daughter dearly as well, and he's like stuck in the middle of trying to sort of get them to kind of understand each other. Mm-hmm. How what would you advise a daughter and a new wife, which is her stepdaughter?
Well, again, his love for either one of them is not going to change. He loves them both.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Now, he might be in love again, of course. You can't be in love with your daughter. You love your daughter.
No, you love your daughter. It's different.
But you're in love with your wife.
Yeah.
And so, of course, your wife, as a man, I'm talking as a man, of course.
It looks like a man, but that's okay.
Yeah, and talking in there. You have to understand that she's not going anywhere, but at the same time, he has to pour in love into his daughter so that way she can understand what love is, because she understands that if he has to understand that if he does not pour that love in her, she's going to just be going off and roaming and not know what true love is. See, a daughter learns true love from her father.
Yes.
Then her mother.
What is true love and trust?
Yes.
Because it's a man. It's the opposite sex.
Yeah, so he has to show that first and foremost to his daughter. His wife already knows it because she married him.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, so he just has to let her know, hey, you're not going anywhere. I married you, but I have to pour this and give this love into our daughter because we don't want her to come out, have mental issues.
Well, then she'll start running around and all sorts of things. You have no idea what's going to happen.
So a father has to take the initiative to really be in his daughter's life.
Yes.
It's crucial.
Because she doesn't want him to go anywhere because that is her father.
Yeah.
And so that's the closest thing to her as of a man, and as of a man will always be the closest thing to her.
Yeah, that's the first way how women, little girls, learn how to love.
How to love, but also how to love their husband of their own.
Yes, or love their children.
And love and then to come. And the same thing. So what goes around comes around. Hello.
Yeah.
It all sounds very simple, but it's really not that simple. I had 6 when I married my husband. He passed away, but I had 6 stepchildren.
Oh, wow.
And they were from 2 different wives.
Oh, wow.
So it was quite a challenge. But what I chose was that whatever your father says is fine with me. That's how I did it. And I said, if you want to go to this restaurant, or you want to go to the races, or you want to do that, I just said, whatever you would all like. That's whatever he said.
So you say neutral?
Yeah, I did. I was very neutral, and I was very sort of
supportive of your husband.
I was supportive of what he had in one of the families. He hadn't seen the children for years and years and years. And I often thought to myself, because I brought them in. Mm-hmm. I actually said,
so you were the backbone.
I was, and I didn't realize that maybe I shouldn't have done one. But I've never regretted it. I've always thought because that was their father, they should have a relationship.
And that's the best thing you could have done.
But I stayed away, and whatever he wanted to do was fine with me, and it was really fine with me. Mm-hmm. So, but they didn't like that because now they couldn't get the 2 of us arguing.
Well, that's what most kids want.
Yeah, they wanted us to argue. And I refused that because I don't like arguing.
You did the best thing you could.
Yes, I did. And I tried to do the best I could. And they could come in my house anytime they wanted, even without calling. It didn't matter.
So you stood for peace and love.
That's what I stood for.
And that's all you could do.
Yeah, that's what I stood for. Because that's kind of how I am. And that's, all these arguments, I don't want all that stuff. But I think I advise other people, don't mix it up.
Yeah.
Just think of, what's my husband got to do? How can he handle this?
Right.
Let me not be selfish. Mm-hmm. Let me see how I can change a little bit, and he'll change a little bit, and then I'll be fine, and the daughter will be fine.
Right.
And I know it sounds simple because it's not simple. It's very hard.
Yeah.
What's your next project?
So my next project, I am working on a TV series that's going to be coming from my book.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm acting in it.
You're acting. You're going to be the part. You're going to be the mum.
Mm-hmm.
In it.
The lead actress. Mm-hmm.
The actually lead actress. And what's it going to be about? Is it actually going to be relationships and handling?
Definitely relationships. How women go through life, good or bad relationships, and how they overcome it.
That, don't we?
Yeah.
We all know about that, us women.
Yeah.
Our little hearts get all broken and we're crying.
But it's like you would get broken, but we have to get back up.
Yeah, we got it. Well, yeah, for the next one.
Right.
You can't give up.
Yeah.
You can't give up.
So the fish in the sea, you got to keep yourself together.
You got to find yourself another fish.
Yeah. They find another fish, don't they?
They always seem to find another. I happen to think it's easier for a man to have a relationship than it is for a woman to have a relationship.
Yeah, because she holds everything so
well, because also she's the female, so she can't really do the same things as a man is the hunter. The man, I mean, if you want to say that, that's rather a strong word, but that is what it is.
But it is.
But it is what it is. He's the hunter, he's the one. And if he wasn't, we wouldn't want him anyway.
Right.
Because if he was some little, fish trying to fiddle around at the bottom, we want the shark to come right.
Right. Someone has to fight for us, right?
That's right. Well, I had a beautiful marriage, 29 years. I had a perfect, beautiful, 100% marriage, and I would wish every woman to have what I had.
That's amazing.
And even the 6 children, we handled it.
That's amazing.
It was handled. It was, I'm
amazing.
not saying some of the moments were not good. They weren't. But at the same time, I had more better moments than bad moments, so put it that way.
Yeah.
When you go out and speak, who do you speak to?
I like to speak to individual women, mothers, teenagers, women that are growing up, letting them know that you have to have first self-love.
First self-love. Mm-hmm. Well, I think that should be the name. Yeah. What's the name of your book?
Love Bank.
Love Bank. I think you should have another book.
Yes, part 2.
Self-love.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think you should have another book. Call it Self-Love.
I will. I'll do it just for you. Self-love. It's going to be coming out. You heard it first.
No, because I've always said this.
Yeah.
If you're not in order with yourself, there is nothing, I don't care what you do out there.
Right. Business or personal.
It's never going to work.
Right.
Because if you aren't comfortable with you, if you're always dodging around within yourself, you're going to be dodging around out there because you won't have the answer. You won't have the question. You won't have the answer.
Right.
On that, how can anybody reach you?
So you can reach me at Aneesah Perkins at gmail.com or Instagram at Everyday Life with AP or on Facebook under Aneesah Perkins. And Aneesah spelled Aneesah and then Perkins Perkins.
An amazing guest. I think we've learned a lot. We had our previous guest was amazing too, with young girls as well, and now we've got another one here with all the girls and the men and the women and the love and all that lovely, beautiful stuff. It's amazing. It's just what the world is out there every single day. This is what the world is like. It's with music and love. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Have the music and have the love. We'll be right back with our next guest. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I love it. She's amazing. Take care.